so it's going to be an intermediate to advanced class today, guys. I'm going to be putting in those antenatal variations as well. So again, just don't do the kind of antenatal variations if that does not apply to you. I will give some easier variations as well if you need it, but we're going to pose this class a little bit towards the higher end of how we are working today. All right, I'm going to get the bands and the balls kind of involved with it as well session. But again, you do not have to bring them in if you do not want to. There is absolutely no pressure. So we'll start off and just nice and relaxed, as and when you are nice and comfortable. Bring your feet together, bring your knees together, bring those inner thighs together, pull those shoulders back and down. Fantastic. Now just engage that center and turn your toes out, a little bit like Charlie Chaplin, lengthening through the back of the neck. Lift the pelvic floor up and then just turn those heels out as well. We're going to roll the inner arches up. So the feet are going to lift those inner arches just a little bit off the floor, just ready to go for some shoulder rolls. So really simple, shoulder rolling up to your ears and down. So again, you've got real simple to begin with. The warm-up is going to basically consist of a quick run through, absolutely top to toe, and I'm going to do quite a lot of work on those legs in that standing position. So double check the center, double check the pelvic floors engaged. Go for a full arm circle. So lead the hands and then gently come down just behind you. So we're going to go for a breath out as we lift the hands and a breath in to lower. So let's get that breath kind of pattern going. Breathing in on the way down and breathing out on the way up. Let's go for a couple more of those. Again, just real gentle, quick, all over warm up to get ourselves moving. Okay, bring the hands down, the breath in, and then float the hands up on that breath out. Okay, really open up those collarbones a little bit more. Bring in that belly button, breathe out to open the hands to dumb waiter, and breathe in to bring them back in again. Breathing out to open, breathing in to come in. And again, let's go for a few of those. So keep the inner arches lifted, keep the knees soft, keep that center engaged. Let's squeeze those bum cheeks just a little bit, just to really solidify that strength around your pelvis. And as you open up next time, stretch the hands out just behind you and turn those palms to face that back wall. Fantastic. Reverse that, hands up, elbows in, and then start again. Breathing out to open, stretch and turn, and breathe in to bring it back. Two more of those. Breathing out to open, breathing in to come back. Again, just checking that center engage. You really get everything lovely and strong. Hold the hands up, back shoulder height, palms facing forward. Bring those hands forward and very, very gently, one arm at a time, you're going to reach one arm forward, taking the shoulder blade really far away and then gently pulling it back again. And then the other side, pull that arm forward and then bring that arm back. So it's very simple, guys. An arm reach forward and a shoulder pull back and down on the way back. Breathe in to reach the hand forward and breathe out to come back. And we're just going to do one arm at a time. Now, guys, I really want to think about that center, keeping it engaged. And we don't move the torso. It's going to be where kind of your control starts. It's just the arm. You're not reaching and moving the rest of the body. Just one more to each side. Soften elbows, okay, but keep them nice and straight. And then both shoulders at the same time. So you reach the hands forward, round the upper back slightly, still looking ahead, and then just gently pull those shoulders back and down. Breathe in, reach forward, breathe out, pull back. And again, two more of those. Like I said, just warming up every single little bit of your back. Breathing in and breathing out. Now interlace those fingers, turn the palms forward, and then lift the hands up to the ceiling. Look up if you feel comfortable. If you're not dizzy or wobbly today, lift the breastbone as well as you breathe in. Circle the hands, but take them straight out in front of you, palms back. Fantastic. Roll the shoulders forward. Hands up. Look up if you want to. Breathe in, lift the chest, circle the arms down and around, back in front of you. Interlace fingers, palms facing. Two more. Reach forward. Reach up. Breathe in, look up if you can. Circle the arms down, back in front, interlace fingers. Fantastic. Last one. Roll the shoulders forward. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, circle the arms down towards the floor. Good, fantastic. Inner arches of those feet still lifted. Sink into a knee bend, reach and look up again if you're comfortable to do so. into that mermaid. Just enjoy that stretch. Reach the hand up to the ceiling and then squeeze your bum cheeks as you start to stand up again. Fantastic. Soften those knees. So keep looking ahead. If you're on the wobble today, keep that balance. Look up at the ceiling if you feel comfortable to do so. Enjoy the stretch. Breathe in. Take the hand higher. Squeeze your bum cheeks. A little quicker now. 4 more. Breathe in. Look up. Breathe out. Stand up. Breathe in. Stretch. Breathe out. Return. 2 more. Breathe in. Make sure you bend the knees and lie down. And then straighten the knees as you come up. Last one. Bending the knees. And straighten the knees. Good. Let's go for a roll down now. Chin to chest. Shoulders sink forward. I'm going to gently, slowly, in whatever control you need, as far down as comfortable, and then gently start to roll yourself up, coming back. 1 vertebra at a time, shoulders, head, and remember looking ahead in the middle. Breathe in, let's go down again. So it's really easy, just 1 vertebra at a time, guys, all the way to the bottom. Breathe in at the bottom, and breathe out to gently, gently, gently roll yourself up. Pull the shoulders back and down. Lift the head. Let's go for 1 more. Gently down. Again, it doesn't matter. You can stand next to something if you're a little on the wobble today. Roll yourself up. It's about getting that spine moving initially as the most important part. Okay, we're going to warm the legs up during the exercise. So go to where your bands are. Pick up yourself a band. Go kind of medium to heavy, just because I want to be a little bit harder today, a little intermediate to advanced. Obviously, you can go light, or don't put the band in there at all if you don't want to. But roll yourself down to get those feet through the band, and then take the band just up, just above the knees, and take those legs, again, just back to hip distance apart. And again, you don't have to have the band if you don't want to. I'm going to go side on and show you the movement to begin with. So feet hip distance apart, hands on hips, lovely and tall. We're going to start with a simple hip hinge. So I'm going to take you up to the advanced levels. Initially though, soften the knees, hinge yourself forward at the hip, lifting that tailbone forward tilt. Find a little stretch in the back of that hamstring, and then just stand yourself up and then straighten the knees second. So 4 movements, soft knees, hinge at the hip, lift the tailbone, feel the hamstring stretch, and then stand yourselves up, straighten the knees last. Okay, 2 more of those. With regards to your breath, honestly, let's just work it through keeping the breath nice and natural, keeping the centre engaged, especially on the bend forward. Lift that belly button up, that hammock tummy, lift it away from the floor, stand up. Stay there if you want to. Everybody else, scooter. So soften the knees, hinge at the hip, rock the weight across to 1 foot, slide and glide that leg out behind you, slide and glide it in again. Same leg, slide it out, straighten that leg, slide it in. 3, pull the shoulders back and down, lift those elbows, drop the chest, but lift that belly button up if we can. 2 more, stretching out, gliding in. Don't move anything but that leg. All right, put the foot down, get that weight back, 50-50 through those feet, then straighten the back and straighten through the knees. Okay, other side, so soft knees, chest down, weight across onto the other leg. Now don't move anything, pull the shoulders back and down as you glide your leg away, and then glide it in. Nice and gently, 1 and 2. So again, we're going to build up with this movement, starting relatively simple, but honestly, by the time it gets to that last set, nice bit of endurance. 2 more, 1 and 2. And then put that foot down, 50-50 that weight, stand yourselves up. Okay, fantastic. Obviously, you're going to stay at any level. It's still hard, it's still endurance, but I'm going to make the level harder if you want to take it there. So back into that hip hinge, knee bend, lean forward. Weight across to 1 foot, stretch the original leg behind you now. Point the toe, chest low, bend that knee standing on a little bit more. 10 leg lifts behind you, 10. So we're just taking that resistance of that band. The knee will want to bend behind you. Do not let it. Stretch that leg out, tense that front thigh muscle, Lengthen through the back of the neck, so you're looking down and in front of you if you can. 2 more. Let's try to go straight to the other side. So rock the weight across, stretch the leg behind you. Bend the knee that you're standing on. Lift that belly button away from the floor, and then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then foot down, hip hinge up and stand up. Fantastic. Okay, guys. I'll go the other side just to give you a little bit more of a different angle. Okay, back to hip distance. Last additional bit, but do it again, whatever level it is that you're doing. Hip hinge, hinge forward. Let's go. Soften through the knees. Put that original leg out behind you. This time, don't move the torso. Float your hands up, either side of your ears. Turn the palms to face each other. Now, whatever leg is behind you, the opposite arm will also lift as the leg floats and lower back down to that original position. So leg lift, arm lift and down. 3 and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and just stand up. Yeah, that was nice. That was kind of me, Anna. It was very kind of me. Okay, let's go to the other side again. Whatever level it is, 10 more. Last bit. Hip hinge, knees bend, weight across the other leg, stretch the leg behind you. Remember, get low on the leg that you're standing on. Float those hands up. Try to take them behind your ears. The other arm, the other leg, lift and lower. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't let that static arm get lazy. Lift it up. 3, 2, 1, and then gently just stand yourself up. Fantastic, guys. Well done. Okay, bring your hands in front of you. Just pulling those shoulders back and down. Very bouncer at the front of the nightclub, isn't it? Yes, very bouncer. Okay, so forward, feet hip distance apart. Turn the toes out again, heels out again. So a wide stance now, slightly wider. Again, down there. You can take it off if you want to. Side leg lifts. So soften the knees. Turn the knees out slowly, so you're just pulling on the resistance of that band. Lift the inner arches of your feet up. Really flatten out that lower back. So if you need to, a little bit of a backwards tilt, just to get those bum cheeks feeling like they're working a bit harder, which will help with your balance, please do so. Especially the pregnant ladies in the room, a little backwards tilt, just help with that stability through your bum. Rock the weight across onto one leg. So keep the leg that you're standing on bent. Try and straighten out that other leg as really as straight as you can, keeping your torso lovely and vertical. Okay, hands in front, shoulders back. Bouncer, nice and posh. Engage the center, straight leg, lift and lower. Nothing else is allowed to move. Lift and lower. Fantastic. 3, 4, 5. Take your time. 6. You don't have to go to the speed that I'm going to. It doesn't really matter as long as you're doing no move for the torso, just a nice little separate leg lift. Really going to work that stability, that balance around that standing leg. Let's do 2 more for luck. Now hold it there. Tap the toe to the floor. Wherever that toe lands, put the foot down. That should take you back pretty much where you started, hopefully. Soften the other knee. Straighten out the other leg. Shoulders back. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Bringing that chin in and start those toe taps again. Again, it doesn't matter how many you do, how fast you go. It's sort of like trying to maintain a nice, stable leg. Bent knee. Foot, inner arch lifted, straight leg that you're working on here, and just try not to lean into it. Try and be as tall as you can be. 3, 2, 1, and then just toe heel down. And as you look, it should be about this where you started. Walk those feet in, and then just wiggle, 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 wiggle. That band off. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Okay, relax those arms down. You should feel a bit like a bit floaty around those hips. So let's take that a little bit further into our foot series. Turn the toes out into that foot hip distance apart position. Sit, just some squats to begin with. Down. Feel comfy, yeah. Knees just slightly wider. Inner arch of the feet lifted, shoulders back and down. Squeeze the bum to stand up. 2 more like that. Again, this is intermediate advanced, but you can stick here if you want to. Let's put some balance in. Get to the floor. Okay, try this. One heel, don't lift the rest of the body, put one heel down. Lift the other heel, don't move the rest of the body, put the heel down, and stand up. You can stay there if you want to. Alternatively, drop down, don't lift your head, both heels lift, both heels go down, then we stand up. Okay, so a little bit of balance there. Lift the heels, lower the heels, stand up. Extra balance. Down, lift the heels, then keeping the heels lifted, we stand ourselves all the way up, then we lower the heels and lower the hands. Fantastic. So sink in, squat, heel raise, stand up, lower the heels. Okay, keep on going. So whatever level it is you want to do a few more. Okay, it doesn't matter what speed you go at, you don't have to do the same speed as me, but just do a nice gentle movement. Make sure you are in control, especially on the way up. Don't just let your heels just plop to the floor. Control the way down. If you want to take it further, lift the heels, stand up, stay there, keep the heels lifted, bend the knees. And we're going to do squats with those heels staying up in the air. So guys, whatever level you're doing, just keep going. This might be a bit too much on the ankles, a bit too much on the back, it's fine. A bit too much on the balance, it's fine. Just keep on going at whatever level you're doing. 2 more. Whatever level it is you're doing. Now hold at the bottom. So your heels are up or your heels are down. We're going to pulse 10 to finish. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Get lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Lower the heels if you need to. Breathe. Shake it off. Okay, well done. Good. Let's go down to the floor. So stand with that beautiful mat lengthened out in front of you. Roll the shoulders back and down. Flop the head. Roll yourself to the floor. Sink to the hands and knees. And then just bring yourself into that nice 4-point kneel position. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to start off by just getting the arms and legs moving. Quite big angles to start off with. I'm going to go just on my fists down, get a little bit taller. It's just made my wrist a little bit sore at the moment, but you can go on your hands if you need to. It's absolutely fine. Okay, swimming level 4. Straight in, lengthen through the back of the neck, looking in between those thumbs. Lift the rib cage and the base of that rib cage up to the ceiling. Take the shoulders far away from those earlobes and lift that belly button up towards the ceiling. Finish with a beautiful pelvic floor engagement as you stretch one leg and the other arm up. Lengthen them away from you. Really get those arms and legs long before you gently touch the foot down, before you bend it in. Straighten to the other side. We try to breathe out as we stretch forward and out, and breathe in to come back. So let's start by just moving in a nice swimming level 4. Now guys, if you need to or want to, you can just do the arms or just do the legs. Now we start as almost a warm-up for the 4-point kneel positions, but if anybody gets to a point where they don't want to do the exercise, it's too advanced, you can always come back to this 4-point kneel, gentle movement. 4 more, breathing out to stretch, breathing in to come back. Lift the belly button, keep the back flat, lift that base of the rib cage up to the ceiling. And last one, before we just get you just to sit back to a little child pose stretch, however's comfortable. And just stay there for a second. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the same exercise, but add extra angles into that movement. And again, I'll just do just the leg, then just the arm, and then we'll try to smash it all together. But again, just at your own pace, guys. All right, let's go back to 4-point kneel when you're ready. Again, I'm on my fists just because of my wrist today. So we're going to go legs to start off with. The leg goes out, stretched behind you. We're going to glide it out to the side, glide it back, and then bring it back in again. all without moving the pelvis. So the other leg stretches out. We glide it to the side. Good. Glide it back in. No movement in the back. And come back. Now the arm, one arm, all the way forward. Take it out just in line with the shoulder. Back in front. Down it goes. Other arm. Reach forward. Lift the chest, guys. Take the arm out wide. Keep the arm up as you bring it forward and then down. Now you can pick either one or both. Arm and leg out. Keep the toe on the floor. Stretch it wide. Bring it back into the center. Fantastic. Stretch. Circle the arm and leg. Circle it back. Bring it in. Good. Keep on going. If you want to make it harder, lift the leg off the floor as well, like this. Reach. Circle. Circle. Good. Down, other side. Fantastic. Reach. Circle. Kick the ball. Circle. And down. Okay, keep on going. So whatever level it is you're doing, just arm, just leg. Leg on the floor, leg in the air. Through some nice breath patterns. That base of your rib cage, I want it up. You've got that nice tight tummy in the front. You're lifting that belly button, or the baby and the belly button up and away from your mat. You're keeping that lower back flat. Keep going, guys, keep going. A couple more. Shoulders away from your ears. Engage that I need a wee muscle set for the last two. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Last one. And then just sit back. Nice child pose, or just rest. However, you can sit back. You sit up here. However you want to rest. Let the wrists have a little rest off. Yeah. Let them feel comfortable. Okay. All right, so we're going to go on to our backs now, okay? So with this one, antenatal lays in the room. If you want to, you can do seated, or you can go to a high kneel. I'll demonstrate both in a minute. Everybody else, grab the ball. So we're going to use the ball in a second for this one. We're going oblique preparation to begin with. 5 on each side. So both arms along, heels close to the bottom. Find the neutral pelvic position. Engage the center. Take one hand up behind the head. Lift the elbow up into your peripheral vision and float the other arm just off the floor. Drop both shoulders away from the ears and then tuck that chin in. Oblique prep movement. We lift the chin towards the chest and then we curl the body across, reaching down towards the other toe, folding rib to opposite hip, and then opening up that chest as we lower the head back down again. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to lower. 3 more times on that side, then you switch over sides. If you are seated, same movement, elbow back, fold across with the upper body, lift and breathe into that chest, lift up and out of that bump area. Breathing out, breathing in, 5 to each side. If you are high kneel, you're just working on that leg out version across and open. But again, only do that one if you're comfortable and familiar with that high kneel movement. Okay, guys. So 5 on each side, oblique preparation. Let's take it. Rest when you've finished. A little bit harder, a little bit more in terms of endurance. Looks like you're done. So hands behind the head, elbow lifted, arm floated. So we're going to pulse at the top. 5 of them. It's the rib that moves. So as we curl up and across, you hold it there, press those feet into the floor, rib to hip. 1, 2, 3, reach the hand, 4, 5, down it goes, same side, curl up, 5, 4. Now look at your legs. Don't let those legs wobble, don't let those knees move around. 4 and 5, lower it down, 1 more on this side. Breathe out, 5, 4, breathe naturally, 3, fold up and across, not just side to side, 2, 1, all the way down, switch hands, come on, straight into the other side. Breathing out. So if you're seated, same exercise, guys, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. So seated is still doing the same with the pulsing. Look ahead if you need to. No dizziness allowed, please. 4 and 5. Open the chest up. Last one on this side. Breathing out. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way down. And just rest yourself there. Just stay seated if you're just sitting down. Nice and rested. Okay, we're going to take a little bit more range through the torso now by taking the ball underneath the rib cage. So prop yourself up onto your elbows, taking the ball. Get that underneath your bra strap or where you wear a heart rate monitor. Lower your weight onto that band and then just take the hands back to one side. Open the chest up. You're going to take the body back. So we're rounding the upper back over the ball, lifting the rib cage a little bit more, and then curl up and across exactly the same. Open, but this time lean back in that straight line. Breathe out, lift and across. Breathe in, lower, and extend through that back. 2 more. Breathing out and breathing in. Again, if you're seated, same drill. 5 standard oblique preparations. Over the bump, over that ball, just taking yourself nice and mobile. Switch the hands over. 5 more. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out. So all of us, it's just a lovely mobilizer of the upper back, but also engaging through those abdominal muscles. Last one to 5. And then elbows down to the floor, lift up. Take the pull away, and lower yourself to the floor again. So we're going to take ourselves up to crisscross level 2 now. Both hands behind the head. If you're seated, both hands behind your head. Let's go into single leg tabletop. Engage that center. Second leg tabletop. Knees just hip distance apart. If you're seated, just float one foot off the floor. We're going to go into our oblique preparations, alternating sides. You're going to breathe out across, breathe in to come back, breathe out across, breathe in to come back. That's level 1. Stay there if you need, or stretch out the opposite leg to the way that you're turning. Bring it back as you curl back. Breathing out to curl across, breathing in to come back. Keep on alternating sides. Again, so if you're seated, it's both hands behind the head. Like I said, one foot just floated. You're going to cross, breathe in to lift, foot down, switch sides. It doesn't really matter actually which way you're curling to. The idea is you just don't want to drop yourself forward. If it's too much, the feet aren't really wanting to have that balance stay, just work on across. And to put something extra in, lift the arms, breathing in before you fold the hands back, and then go to the other side. Again, it's just all about opening up the chest, which after baby comes, is going to be tight because you're doing so much cuddling. If you are in the floor, keep on going. Everybody do 4 more. Really working on that mobility through the upper back, but also lots of abdominal work if you're laying on your back. When you finish that 4th one, just let the arms rest down by the sides, pull those shoulders back and down, and just let those feet rest down to the floor one at a time. Definitely 1 foot at a time. We're going to go for a double leg stretch now. So you're moving up into a little bit more endurance on that tummy. You can take it as far as you want to. Take those hands, gently floating up to the ceiling. Palms facing our feet. Relax and melt those shoulders down into the floor. If you're seated, float your hands up to shoulder height. So level 1, we're going to do a little hand circle just behind the head. Circling it around just over your belly button. And draw a straight line back to just behind the head. It's not all the way round. I do not want your hands touching the floor. That means your shoulders have come out of their lovely pocketed position. So keep those shoulder blades glide it down your spine. Keep your lower back arch, relax. Now, as the hands go behind your head, stretch one leg away. And then circle the arms, bring the leg back. So stretch arms and legs out and arms and legs in. So if you're seated, working on that circle, and then just try to do a little leg stretch out in front of you, and then bring it back when the hands go back to shoulder height. So there's a little double leg stretch, simple level. It's got to make your brain work, but it shouldn't be too tricky. Engage the center though. Let's hold the hands at shoulder height up to the ceiling. Let's go double leg tabletop. 1, engage that center. 2. Now same drill. 1 leg goes out as both arms stretch away. Circle it back. Start again. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathe out. Guys, as you breathe out, press the rib cage to the floor. Breathe in, bring it back. Press the rib cage to the floor. Breathe in, bring it back. I really want that glued ribs into the floor. That will get those abs working and the stability there. So seated, same drill. We're working on the arm circle. Lovely tall. Just get as tall out of that posture, guys, as you can. And we're going to slide one leg away, as the arms go up, and then glide it back in again. So we're gliding a leg and bringing it back. If you want the leg extension, but you're sitting feeling a bit wobbly, maybe push the ball back to your sofa or the wall or something, give you some stability. You can still work on that nice control through that torso. Okay, let's go for one more of those, guys, on each side. Lovely stretch and lift, rib. Press your bra strap into the floor, away from a heart rate monitor, and then hug your knees into the chest and rest there. Again, if you're seated, just slump yourself down. Let everything really rest off for a second. Nothing's been engaged. Floppy legs, floppy back, floppy chin, floppy shoulders. And just let those legs go back down one at a time and sit yourself up tall in between. Fantastic. What we're going to do now is we're going to work last bit, really high level if you're laying on your back, but lots of stretching, again, if we're going to get you standing up. Both arms down by the sides to begin with. We're going to go for a test. I'm going to test you first. Double leg tabletop, please. Knees touching. Okay, good, right. Think about that lower back position. How much gap have you got in the lower back? How much pressure do you have in your bra strap area? Because when I get you to do a double leg stretch in a minute, like this, you're not allowed to lift that lower back or change that torso position. If when you stretch your legs out, you arch the lower back, you kind of lift off the floor to accommodate it, please don't do it. It's too much pressure on the lower back. But if you can, press the rib down and stretch. Let's go for it. If you can't, still stay at one leg at a time. If you can, do 2 legs. Or if you can't, arms up to the ceiling. You can do 10. You can try it. So breathe out, arms and legs out, arms and legs in. Breathe out, press the ribs to the floor, breathe in, bring it back. If you are seated, stand yourself up. Take your time. And we are going to go, same drill, leg in the air, stretch, circle, stretch, circle. 2 more on that side, 4 on the other side. That should be 10 if you're laying on your back. Everything should be working. The lower back should be feeling nothing. It's all in your abdominal work. Rest when you're done. If you're standing, please stay standing for the next exercise. If you're on your back, put your legs back down to the floor. Oh, put the band over press. We're going to start off with a shoulder bridge. So pull those shoulders back and down, feet hip distance apart. We're going to roll into a backwards tilt, squeeze the bum cheeks together, peel the vertebrae off the floor, hold it there, breathing in, keeping the ribs soft, And then again, touch one vertebrae down at a time. Relax the bum cheeks and just fold and relax that lower back into neutral. So again, really gently curling up and down. So please start doing a level 1, purely to almost relax you from that last exercise. If you're standing, we're going to go for a standing cat stretch. Roll down halfway, hands to knees. Bend the knees, lift the shoulders and straighten out the back. Then reverse it, curl the spine, straighten the knees and stand up again. So we're halfway down, bend the knees fully as it straighten the back and then round the back as you straighten the knees and start again. Keep on going. If you need to keep your gaze looking ahead, please do so. Both exercises are mobilizing the spine. If you're laying on your back, stay at the bottom of that next one. Float one leg into single leg tabletop. Exactly the same exercise, you just happen to have one foot flapping around in the air. Roll into your backwards tilt, squeeze the glutes, lift up. Hold that breath in or a split second, and then peel yourself down again. Same leg, 5 more times. We're going to take again a little bit of endurance. Now, easier is if you switch the legs down in between. But I'd like to try and do 6 on one side, then do 6 on the other side. Okay, it stops again that kind of wanting to cheat and bringing those legs in the middle. But you don't have to put that leg in the air. Both feet can just stay on the floor. If you are standing and want to take that movement a bit into strength as well as mobility, just like the guys on the floor, you roll down halfway, you sink into that squat, you take the hands up and away, straightening right behind the ears, and then you straighten up from there. Circle the arms down and around, into that second one, curl down, sink into the knees, lift the chest, you hold it, straighten the arms up in front of you, squeeze the bum to stand up, circle the arms, and go again. Okie dokie, so everybody, last few, or whatever exercise, whatever level it is that you're doing. When you finish either 6 single leg lifts, those shoulder bridges, or your additional strength standing for our antenatal ladies in the room, finish, rest. Get yourself onto the floor if you aren't already. Turn yourself onto your side. Have the ball available to you and go for a medium to light band. Okay, because it's going to be quite a lot of work on this butt hip complex right now, so don't go too heavy. It will be a killer anyway. All right, so let's wiggle that band up, but again, just take your time getting it there. It's just above the knee. And then onto your side, with knees bent, underarm outstretched, ball underneath, or cushion, or pillow, or jumper, whatever it is, let's get just comfy so that head is then in line with the rest of the spine. Top hand on top hip, please, guys. Top shoulder down the way, engage that center, and then lengthen through that top hip. Flex the ankles, let's get a nice strong foot position as well. So we'll start off with the clam level 1, we're going to go clam level 2, we're going to go clam level 3. So just stop at the level that's right for you. So level 1, lift the top knee, nothing else moves, lower it down. Hold it there, guys. Just really backwards tilt, engage that center. Now do it again. Your movement probably is going to get a bit smaller. That's a good thing. I want you to be doing just the hip. Let's go. 3 and down. 4 and down. 5 and down. Slowly. 6 and down. 7 and down. Good. 8, relax that top shoulder. 9, tuck that top rib, that base, that rib cage in. 10, and float both feet up. Good. Okay, fantastic. Just roll that top hip forward like an inch, nothing too dramatic, and then lengthen it down away again. Lift that belly button. Clam level 2. lift. Now slowly lower, fantastic, good. 2, slowly lower. 3 and down. 4 and down. 5, 6, slow. 7, don't let the band kind of pin you back, be in control of that movement yourself. Okay, last one. I'll keep the leg up there, stretch the leg in front of you, bend it, toes touching, and then lower the knee. And again, knee up, straighten the knee, tap the toes back together again, lower the knee second. 3 more, knee, stretch, back and down, knee, stretch, back and down. Last one. Really take it to the ends of endurance now, that butt, and lower that foot down. Okay, hand in front. If you want to go to level 3, that is, straighten out that bottom leg, fold the top knee up, and then roll it in front of you. The band's already going to be taut, it's already going to be quite tight. Take it off if you don't want it there. Take that top hip, lengthen it, engage the center, hand in front. You'll need it for a little bit of stability. Flex the bottom foot ankle and try to have the bottom heel on the floor. It means you've got a really strong leg if you can. Now, top leg, slowly. Lift, lower. Did you turn the torso a little bit there, guys? Okay, lock in that torso in. Just the knee up, just the knee out. Better. 3 and down. 4 and down. 5. Lovely. 6. Okay. Pause at the top, then lower. Pause at the top, then lower. 2 more. My butt's burning. I'm really hoping yours is. 10. And then stretch that leg out. Give it a little pat. It's probably a bit burning. Get some lactic acid that's just building up in there out the way. I will let you stretch out that glute, but not quite yet. So let's gently sit yourselves up. Slowly, good, okay. Turn those legs around. I'm gonna just readjust my band, make it flatter again. On bare skin, I'm a bit more rolly, a bit less sticky. Outstretch the underarm again, and just get comfortable with whatever headrest you use. Okay, let's make sure that arm, that bum, those feet are still in line, hand on top hip. Well, 3 things. Who remembers them? Okay. Ribs soften, i.e. tuck them in. Hips long and backwards tilt, so tucking that tailbone under. Feet flex, ankles together, top knee up and down. Good. 9 and down. 8 and down. Lovely. 7, 6, 5. Relax that top shoulder. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Fantastic. Both of those feet up. So you're letting that top hip roll forward just an inch, but you still keep that top waistline long. Heels touching, knee up, knee down. Good. 2, 3. Come on, guys, keep on going. Just because you're in your own living room, don't stop. Just think, why are you here? You know, what kind of goals are you after about doing Pilates? As much as it burns, try and do 1 more if you can. 3 more. 2. Hold at the top of the next one. Stretch the leg, bring it back, down it goes. You've only got 4 more. 4 and down. 3. Good. 2. Come on, guys, last one. Hold it up there, straighten it, control the hips, down, slowly come out of it. Okay, fantastic. Top hand just in front of you now for stability. Bottom leg outstretched, flex the ankle, bottom heel on the floor. Hook the top foot around the back of the thigh, drop that knee in front of you. Don't let the hip sag up. It's so easy for that to happen. So lengthen. Good. That underneath your waist, we should be lifting that tension away from there. Engage the belly button, top shoulder down and away, and then we lift the top knee, slowly lower it. It's a slowly controlled movement. 2 and down, 3 and down. Good. 4, engage the center, 5, 6, 7, good, 8, 9. Hold it there. And down. Okay, good, fantastic. Straighten that leg out. Nice work, guys. Okay, gently sit yourself up. Take that horrendous, horrible band away if you've got it there. And let's stretch out our glutes, shall we? So you can do it on your back if you want to, or you can come onto all fours and we'll do that modified pigeon pose stretch. Then we go, but it works for us. Hug one knee in, tuck it through, stretch it back. The one on your back looks like this. You're just folding it across with or without the other knee. If neither of those two positions are good for you today, you can do a seated one. Probably better on a chair than a ball, but it's up to you. You fold one leg over and then lean forward. So if you're on the ball, you have to have stability, obviously. Either way, stay there. So you've already got yourself into that position. One more breath. In, push into that stretch. One more little extra inch, centimetre, and then come out of it. Okay. If you're on all fours, unhook, and let's go to the other leg. So hooks in, comes through, stretches out behind you. Now, if you're on this position, just move the chest around a little bit, lift the bum, lower the bum, and you'll find that position that gives you the most ouch. And that's the position. Hold. If you're on your back, same drill. Just move the arm, move the leg around until you find the biggest ouch. Same in seated. If you're seated, really think about bringing your breastbone forward, not down. And then, guys, if you're there, 2 more breaths. Really relax, really floppy. Good, okay, last couple, yeah, last bit, yeah, and just rest yourself down. Okay. Fabulous. Everybody's going to go on all fours. So roll yourself over if you're on your back. Gently get yourself down to the floor if you are standing or seated. We're going to go to a nice, gentle 4-point kneel position. Feet and knees are hip distance apart. And we're going to go for a round of press-ups. We're going to go level 1, level 2, level 3. You're going to pick the level that's right for you, but you're really trying to push those advanced levels. So as square as you like, your bum stays in the air. Level 1, elbows drift wide as your hairline drops to the floor in between your middle fingers, and then you push up, keeping that chin into the chest. Breathing out on the way down, breathing in on the way up. You're going to keep on going. This is our box press up. Let's go 2 more. This is our little box press up. The further forward you reach your head, the harder your arms have to work. Level 2, let's try. Take your hands out in front of you, 1.5 hand positions, and then shift the weight forward. So your shoulders are back over your wrists. Your bum's a bit lower, but it's not sunk and lazy. It's still nice and strong with the lower back. And now we want to get your breastbone and belly button to the floor, unless you're pregnant, in which case you're cheating. Elbows go wide, and then you push up. Fantastic, good. Breastbone, belly button, breastbone, belly button up. Again, if you are pregnant, you can still take your hands forward, but again, you're just going to be doing a little bit more. Chest down, bum up if you need to. Everybody, whatever level you're doing, do 1 more version, and then come back to level 1 if you aren't already there. So that's our box press up. Let's change the angle of your elbow to dominate your triceps, your bingo wings. So now don't let your elbows drift wide. Take your elbows, tuck them in backwards. So your elbows are driving back towards your knees as your hairline drops to the floor. And as you push up, your elbows still tuck in. You're almost trying to kind of scratch your waist with your elbows. 5 in total. Breathing out on the way down. Breathing in on the way up. So hairline to the floor, lift and lower. Just keep the back flat. Keep on going. That's last 1 to 5. Just keep the back beautifully flat. Then back to level 2 for the same elbow position. This is going to be much harder to keep that back flat. If you can, elbows tuck in, breastbone and belly button to the floor. Almost squeeze your upper arms in towards your rib cage and then push up. Again, we're trying to keep everything in line. So breathing out on the way down, breathing in on the way up. And again, we're going to go for 5-ish more of those. So again, just trying to keep the back in line, back of the neck. Don't chicken poke, guys. You're not a chicken. Don't peck the floor. After that 5th one, walk your hands back. And we're going to go for some level 3s. Now, if you are antenatal, just stick at level 1 or level 2, please. If you are not pregnant and want to go for our advanced level, move your hands forward, tuck your toes under. So guys, if you're at level 1 or level 2, just keep on plugging away, please. Level 3, push up into that full plank position. Slightly different how you're going to do it. You're going to lower yourself all the way to the floor. Elbows wide. Slow. Slow, 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 slow. When you're at the floor, just literally just push yourself up, however you would normally, and then go into that nice strong plank position again. So it's slow. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Whatever you want to do, all the way to the floor, and then just gently get yourself up again. So we're working on the way down. Keep on going. So I'm going to go timing you. 45 more seconds. Level 1 or level 2. Level 3 is all the way to the floor, really slowly, and then up however you need to, because it's the way down that we're working on today. Obviously, you can't do level 3 with a bump purely because it's in the way, okay? You've got 20 more seconds, so come on, guys. So the last bit of our advanced session, yeah, pushing those boundaries, making yourself work harder than you think you could normally. 10 seconds. I miscounted. Come on. 5, 4. Breathe in, breathe out. 3, 2, and just rest. Child pose stretch. Let's let those knees go wide. Let's get those feet wide if your knees allow. And then ease yourself down to that mat. Relax the shoulders. Get the ribs close to the floor. And just enjoy that stretch for a second. We're going to roll ourselves back up to 4-point kneel. Come back to a nice square position. We're going to go thread the needle, level 2, and a nice mobilise to finish. Take one hand off the floor. Thread it under the other arm. Reach low to the floor, but don't put the shoulder down. And then as you come up, touch your hand to your shoulder. And then take your gaze and your elbow up to the ceiling. Don't swing up. Fantastic. Same side, thread through, look at the hand, and then look at the elbow. Breathe out on the way down, and breathe in. Lift that rib cage as you breathe in on the way up. Two more, guys. So you're bending the elbow that you're resting on, and then straightening out, and then hand to the floor. Same drill on the other side. Drop it through. So you're reaching low to the floor, but not touching the floor, and then looking up, touching the elbow to the ceiling, but hand comes to the shoulder. The hand comes to your shoulder, guys, to protect the shoulder. Old school was taking the whole hand up, but too many people lost the safe position of their shoulder, especially when I cannot be there to see you. I want to make sure that everything is as safe as possible. Breathing out, breathing in, and use that breath in to lift the rib cage up to the ceiling to get more range through the chest. Last one. Hand to the floor. Tuck your toes under, and then just sit back gently towards those toes, giving those toes a little quick stretch. quite intense, so lean forward or back as much as you can handle. And then just rock the weight all the way back to your toes. If you need to have your feet really wide, fine. Knees really wide to get the bump out of the way, fine. Drop the head down. Lift the bum in the air. And then as you can straighten up the knees, take the hands away from the floor. Have those inner arches lifted. As you come to a gorgeous stretch, straightening through one vertebra at a time. And ease yourself up, ready for our last final few minutes of a cool down. Let's go for a nice corkscrew to begin. So feet hip distance apart, circle the arms, take the hands behind you interlaced, shrug the shoulders up to the ears and rest those shoulders down. Hands up, shoulders up and then shoulders down, circle. With a breath this time, breathe in, hands down, breathe out. Shrug the shoulders up, breathe in, shoulders down, breathe out. Hands up, breathe in, hands circle down, breathe out. Heels up as well, breathe in, lower the heels, breathe out. Lift the heels, shrug, breathe in, lower the heels, release the shoulders, breathe out. Hands up, heels up, breathe in, hands down, circle, breathe out. 2 shoulder rolls, natural breath. 2 full arm circles, natural breath. Bring your hands onto your hips. Take 1 step just gently forward. Bend the back knee. Go halfway into your stretch. Then forwards tilt your pelvis, lifting your tailbone in the air. If you still haven't got a really good hamstring stretch, drive your bum backwards slightly. But either way, let's just hold that hamstring stretch. Now lift that belly button up away from the floor. Pelvic floor and uprights. Think about the back passage muscles. Let's squeeze those back passage muscles in. Last breath in and breath out. And then just push through that back heel to straighten that back leg. Switch the legs over. Let's go again. So softening the back knee. Halfway, stop. Then we forwards tilt the pelvis. If that's still not loads, drive the hips completely backwards. Pelvic floor lift, belly button lift. So really draw all of those, your insides up towards your belly button. Breathe in and out twice just to hold the stretch, but work the pelvic floor as well. And then again, gently push through that back heel to straighten yourselves up. Fantastic, guys. Okay, last little stretch. Put the hand just behind the back of the neck. Take the other hand onto the elbow and push backwards. Now don't use the head as a lever to support you with, but get a nice little stretch through that tricep there, because you just did some press ups to finish. So a little stretch there, breathing in, breathing out, nice and simple. Switch the arms over. Again, push the arm backwards. Again, that's going to be a better tricep stretch. If that's comfortable for everybody. Soften the rib cage, let the belly button just nice and relax for a second. Good, and then just circle those arms down and around. Hands in front, shoulders pulled back and down. Look over one shoulder. Breathe in, pull the opposite shoulder back. Breathe out, turn to look over the other shoulder, and then go breathe in, pull the opposite shoulder back. 2 more, breathing out, gently release the shoulders. Breathe in, pull it back. Last one, breathe out, guys. Breathe in, pull both shoulders back, sweep the chin along that chest. 1, look up. 2, look up. 3, and then look down at the floor. Close your eyes. Think about the weight distribution in your feet. Equal pressure through the left foot and the right foot, and the big toes to the little toes, and the front foot to the back foot. So we're really balanced right through those feet. Open the eyes if you need to keep that balance, maintain it. If you can, close your eyes. Again, squeeze your bum cheeks, engage the center, and just roll up through the vertebrae, just off the neck, doing the kind of the miniest roll up ever. Lift that chin, and then just gently guide that chin in towards the nook of the neck, lengthen through the back of the neck. Open the eyes. Take a breath in, Take a slow breath out and try to keep that neck position a little bit for the rest of the day. All right, guys, well done. Thank you so much, guys.